What's up?
Man,
Ew.
So
that's
what's
very high energy.
Namaste.
Ah,
Yeah,
That's so high energy, man.
yeah, let's go.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to try to find
not something.
a Finnish tango band or something. Like we have this custom over here during the summertime. Like Finland is really into like tango, believe it or not. That's like one of the like really popular couples dances over here. So there's a lot of people who tango. We call it the rubber boots dancing because like it's not like Argentinians dancing tango. It looks a bit different, but the songs are same. Songs are the same. I'm gonna see if
I
I
love this intro, man. And the only thing this
can
intro can do is make me swing.
find
Yeah,
I love it.
new.
it's very
it?
unique.
Yeah, exactly.
It came deep from
Oh,
Africa,
you can say that again.
like South Sudan. Or something.
Came from the roots.
No one
So,
else is gonna
it's-
hold this
yeah.
tight.
Yeah, no one else has the song. They can't even cut
Oh, it happened.
because they can't. Like I don't know what the language is that they're singing in. I can't make a fuck out of what they're singing. Like the dude could
Oh,
be
no.
singing all sorts of weird stuff over
Mhm.
there,
It's like one of
and
those
everybody's like, "Oh man,
those
that song is
Japanese
great." And he's
tattoos.
singing like, I'm gonna rob your county, so
I'm
if
gonna
you're
take
looking
you
that
out
way."
back.
Yeah, everybody's like,
You
"Yeah,
won't see it
you guys fucking rock."
coming. The bartender's drugging you.
Exactly.
But oh man,
Exactly.
an
HOA.
exciting.
Don't change the intro. I agree.
He's like, burn, baby,
We're
burn.
gonna regret the intro, guys. We're gonna regret it at some point. I'm telling you. Like 5 years from now or something, we're gonna be so done with the fucking intro.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're
Probably.
gonna break. I wonder if we're gonna break 2.8 cents during the stream or something because we've been tickling
Oh,
that
yeah, 2.8 already.
sort of
Golly.
2.8.
Somebody was
We're like
saying
2.76.
if we hold this, then we go to 6 cents. Somebody was saying last night in Twitter Spaces.
Yeah, that makes
I don't
sense.
know.
Yeah, it looks like if we could just break above 3 cents,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like we have a lot of resistance.
What do you got for us today,
Bleeding from my nose.
Daraj?
Nothing special. Like
Cool.
I took a kind of a power nap and got up like half an hour ago, and then I realized I cannot stream through StreamYard the previous video I had set up, so I have to do it all over again. But anyways, it's good thing we can do this kind of stuff on the smaller channel. Like otherwise we lose users. But anyways,
So it didn't
nothing
didn't
specific
upload?
I had.
We don't think about viewers on this channel.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, we're
This is more like
winners.
this is more personal thing. Everybody who watches this is sort of it's your own responsibility. We don't take any.
Thothchild came
credit
into
for
Twitter
your
Spaces
actions.
the other day saying, "Hey, we need a consortium. We need to all like get together the streamers." And I was just like, "Dude, we're either the viewers that migrate over to our small niche have such value that we don't necessarily need to go and captivate and have to have the huge amount of viewers inside of Hexaco. I don't know how y'all feel about this, but
No, there's better looking people for that.
It depends what you want with your channel. If you want to grow your own channel and want to spread the word, then yes. But if you want to create something that we are doing, not really. I was saying it today to Thorin
It's,
as well, because
it's not
he's starting
necessary.
his new
Yeah.
channel. No, exactly. And I said, why not just keep it small? It's for us. You don't have to have a road plan. You don't have to have a whole playbook. You just guys having fun, hanging out. That is what we are doing right now. I mean,
Yeah.
what can we tell with
Yeah.
in the midst
Yeah.
of the bear market instead of just keeping each other uplifted?
See, the thing
Yeah, and
is,
we can use the time to go on.
sorry, thing is, I would rather have 5 whales following the channel rather than a million shrimp.
Mm,
Yeah, but the
Mm.
viewer count and likes, yeah, do give a dopamine hit. But this is like, I call it the fun. Like it is literally called the funnel. Like I and like Richard was talking about it. Like Telegram is one of the best social media apps we have currently. So
Oh, sure.
we are trying to get
I agree.
viewers from YouTube, Twitter, etc. into our Hex Guild Telegram group, where the real fun happens, and it's kind of mostly
Yeah.
secure comparatively. But yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
go
and
ahead, Finbear.
like only thing that Telegram would need is some kind of a like a social wall, like you have in f- on Facebook, like where you could see like the highlights from all the group you follow, and then it would be really easy. Like I don't know how you guys, when you log on to Telegram the first time of the day, what it is that you do. Like usually I see if anybody has like at mentioned me, and I try
Yeah.
to check those things out. But then it's basically just like which of the groups has the most messages, and I just like quickly like just run through everything. I don't have
Mm,
time to read all the messages, but
no.
that might be something. Some small additions or additions would be nice, but as it is now, it's still we have. I agree with you, Dheeraj.
I hated Telegram in the beginning with a
I
passion, like
agree.
literally.
Yes.
And now I love it. I can't do without Telegram anymore. It's so superior to all the others when you truly know how to navigate it. I love it now, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really hated it in the beginning. Golly.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes a while to
Yeah.
see how everything works, but like you can find anything there. Like any book you
Yep.
can imagine, you can find a PDF over there. Any movie you want to watch, like it's there. You can
Yeah.
just
The
download it
voice
and
chat is
start.
amazing.
So start. You can start streaming shit on your phone. You can share screens.
Mm,
With click a button, you can share. Like it's yeah, it has everything that you could ask for. Did you
Yeah.
guys see
You-
Richard's interview?
Yes.
I saw like 5 minutes of it. Did
I
you
saw it
y'all watch
all.
all of it? I
Yes.
heard it was like badass old Richard,
No, but
where he's not talking to other people who are
yeah,
like
it's
in the
only,
cryptocurrency. Instead, he's talking about the zoomed out view.
Yeah. Props for the guy, by the way. He held on
yeah, yeah,
perfectly. He did such a good job. It's not easy to sit against Richard Hart, and he stood his ground. And I actually liked this. It was one of the better
yeah, and they
interviews, in
didn't
my
disagree
opinion.
a lot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they
two
didn't
men
even
were
disagree a
that were
lot.
trying to
But
be intellectually honest. It was a good conversation, in my opinion.
you could clearly you could hear that the other guy was into what's that guy's name? The fucking
Noam
the dude
Chomsky.
is a professor of Yeah, he
Fucking
was a
hate
big Chomsky
Chomsky.
fan, and that dude is a
I
fucking
fucking
moron.
hate him.
Yeah, I would drive over him in a heartbeat if he came in front of me. That
Yeah.
dude is a complete fucking waste of skill.
Oh shit!
But
Was that the accelerator pedal?
he thought
My
he
bad.
thought he
Clinton or
yeah.
Chomsky?
Oh my bad.
Yeah.
I thought I was yeah. I was supposed to give way, but I accidentally accelerated. Well, I suppose it's
Raj
the
is
fault
sitting
of
there
the
like-
military-industrial complex.
Yup.
What?
Raj,
Yo,
Raj,
what up,
you're
Java?
a big
Says
fan of
something.
Chomsky. Are you a big Chomsky fan, D-Raj?
Uh,
Huh?
Nope.
nah, I listen to.
When you start listening to Chomsky,
Yeah,
there's
I
this
am a
game,
bit
like
socialist.
four steps to military-industrial complex. It doesn't matter what it is that somebody asks him about. What do you think about fucking world hunger, diarrhea, bad drinking water, whatever? It takes him about 4 steps to get to the military-industrial complex and the evils of the American system.
And it's just the
That
way
dude-
things are. It's just an absolute
True.
necessary. Just has to
dude is
be
a-
that way.
It has to be the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Chomsky was a big proponent for just pushing out everybody
One word.
who refuses the vax from like the bosom of your society. He was all for just letting the unvaccinated fucking starve somewhere.
Hmm.
Retarded.
So that
Oh,
dude
it's
is
gonna be an
is
I
empty
didn't
world
see
soon.
that.
yeah.
This is what I have to say about that.
Exactly.
That's
Oh.
that's pretty cool.
I'm gonna make your.
I'll send one if you finally give me an address.
I'll give you an address.
Gotcha.
I'll give you an address. Sure. I'll give you mine.
Cool.
Of course. Like I still have the freaking lip balm in the post office. I have to go and
here we
pick up. I just got the letter last week that they've finally arrived. I had to declare them again, so it was really difficult to estimate how much one of those would cost. I've never bought one, so I was like, I don't know. I don't know how many there are in the box. Maybe like 10 or something.
Mm.
I was like, maybe $7 or something. Maybe it's worth 10 euros. Didn't have to pay any customs on it, but yeah. It's gonna be cool.
Up
I'm
to
gonna
$50, basically.
Is that the only thing that he
that's
makes, the lip balm, or does he more things?
See the
he does
honey,
honey and stuff.
and then
Right.
the lip balm is his first.
You
product.
could make you could make
He wants
candles
to go
out of
into
beeswax.
skincare.
Yeah, that is what I'm looking for. Like soaps, toothpaste, all organic, no microplastics, no fluorides, no sodiums, all that nonsense needs to be. I've been recently doing it without toothpaste, just an electric toothbrush. And funny enough, that works way better than with toothpaste. The next morning, I always had that strange taste and feeling in your mouth when you wake up, no matter which toothpaste I used, gone.
Yeah, just use like baking soda.
Yeah, baking soda,
As a-
maybe
as a
some coconut
trial.
oil. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you don't use any toothpaste and you brush your teeth, doesn't it? It kind of stinks.
No.
You get this
After 2 or 3 days, it's
shit
completely
from
gone.
between your. No.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
can.
Cool.
I have the one with the brush or the fine thing that can go through your teeth, and the one that with the vibrating tip on it, the dental care uses to get away of the stony bits. I don't know what it's called in English. And it works perfectly fine. You can do it all
Water pick?
yourself.
He
Yeah,
said
what a
water-
big. Yeah,
water
exactly.
pick. And then also, if you're a smoker, you
Yeah.
have a completely different mouth.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because my gum is completely resided
Yeah.
due to smoking. That's something I have to live
Yeah.
with.
A little bit of recession as well.
Yeah.
One of the forums on Permies that's really long talks about battling gum recession. I haven't been through it, but Permies.com.
I've been doing a new
I'm gonna have
diet, and it seems to be helping. So
Yeah. So
it's
how's
really
it been?
interesting.
How's
It's
it? How,
Dude,
How's the trips to the toilet?
dude, which trips? That's the funny part. The first,
Yeah.
after 3 days, it was somewhat unregular. And since that time, for the last roughly over a week, I maybe went twice.
Yeah.
So every 3 days,
Yeah.
I need to go to the shitter.
Yeah.
That's it.
Man,
I do
Yeah.
pee
I
a
want
lot.
to do it
But
once a day.
Yeah. But you drop your potato there, like, bloop, but that's it.
yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If
There's
you
almost no
eat
waste.
a lot of meat, if you eat
Yeah,
a lot of meat, not a lot comes out.
correct. No, I actually like
That's
it a
pretty
lot,
interesting.
to be honest.
Y'all, today,
Yeah. If you can afford it, it's freaking awesome. But
Dude,
eating
it's
just meat,
almost cheaper as
mm,
veggies nowadays. Have you seen what veggies cost in the grocery store nowadays?
oh yeah, they're freaking
It's insane.
ridiculous. Yeah.
One bag of strawberries,
Even Dutch.
$8. Hello?
Ooh.
Are they made of gold or something? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, in the middle of winter, are they like are they fresh or frozen?
No fresh.
Well, of course it's gonna be
Where the
like
fuck do they
middle
come
of the
from?
winter.
We
Greenhouses,
have
I
Dutch
would.
strawberries that go year round.
Yeah, in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you also, we have, there's only 4 months that we can't really grow strawberries. And then we have 4 different varieties
Varieties.
varieties that grow on different stages in the season. So
Yeah. Cool. we can get we get hardly one per season.
fruit is always the hardest, especially when you have fruit trees. If you plant new ones, don't expect any fruits within the first 5 years.
Mm.
Apple, pears, oranges, all those kind of fruit trees.
Oh yeah, it
it's
takes a
5 to
couple of
7
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to grow roots.
Mhm.
One thing that you can do to make your fruit tree grow faster is you have to dig the planting hole a bit deeper from the middle of the hole. Like if you have a 50 euro fruit tree, you dig a 200 euro hole. So
Interesting.
you have to
Yeah.
you have to dig like a
Go deep.
deep hole so that it can grow the taproot down there fast.
Oh, you
And-
want to
and-
give it a good open soil to get roots in instead of getting just a small
just like
layer,
a
and then
deep
it
one.
needs to. I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
I want to use
Because
the
once
yeah.
it gets the taproot deep in, then it
Mhm.
starts to produce fruit because it's not so worried about getting water once
to
the
know.
taproot is down there. Yeah,
Okay.
To know.
it has a big
Remember that one.
like
Makes sense.
I saw the English guy who lives in Sweden. I've shared plenty of his videos.
Mhm.
He did a hedge where he had 2 guys dig holes for the trees in the hedge, and you could see which one of them was the scrawny vegetarian from Mexico, and then there was a guy from France, like this huge freaking burly dude.
Yeah.
So the vegetarian made these
2-inch holes.
like shallow small holes and just like built like a mound and planted it there, and those trees are like they've grown but they're hardly grown, and then the ones where the big guy dug the huge holes, they're like 1.5 meters taller than their neighbors, and they were planted from the same stock during the same week. So there's very little difference in their sort of beginning circumstances, but a huge difference in the ending.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I can't wait, man. God, I'm so excited for the upcoming times.
So what's this? What's this Portugal thing? Are you guys moving over?
Hopefully within the next 3 months.
Have you been looking at any
Yes.
like land?
Properties. Yes. Primordially land. Yeah. We're now gonna
Yeah.
rent a house there for probably a year because they all want to lease for a year, but that's okay. And then we
Yeah.
got the time and place to look at least 3 that we already picked out, and then who knows where we go from there. And then
All
we'll
right, cool.
just go along. I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm not gonna force anything. I'm just let the land talk to me. If I don't like it, I don't like it. If yeah, I want to take my time. I
Yeah.
don't want to rush anything.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea not to rush into it.
No.
Because like if you buy land, you can't fucking move it anywhere.
Nope.
And it's
And
like
it's cheap, so it's not that you're
killing all
throwing
the
away
bad
money, but
neighbors
still.
can be such a fucking hassle, man. So you'd rather pick good neighbors.
Yeah.
Pick
Well, the
good
beauty
neighbors so that you can. Yeah, go on.
of Portugal is as soon as you own land within Portugal, and your neighbor that is on your or neighboring your land wants to sell it, as soon as the sell is let's say almost done, then they come to me and they say, your neighbor is going to sell their land. This is the bid. Do you want it or no? And then I still
Really?
got the chance to buy that land. And the one that just went through the whole situation for 3 months to buy that land, and I can just scoop it up
That's really
because
exciting.
it's adjacent to mine.
Mhm.
It's insane.
Okay, so you have like the right of way to grow
Yes,
your lot before somebody else.
exactly.
That's actually pretty clever.
That's
pretty.
insane.
That's doesn't sound too stupid. Yeah,
No, exactly.
that's
So I'm
funny. It
looking
has to be
forward
an
to that
old
one.
law.
Yes,
That
it
has to
is.
be like an old law because
Yep.
you know that if the politicians today were thinking about something like that, they couldn't come up with something so
Exactly.
good.
They want to scoop everything
No.
from you.
Yeah, they
So
take
that would
30% and then they let you
Yeah.
buy the rest.
that would probably be in certain jurisdictions with certain intentions, right? Because like
Probably, yeah.
what if they needed to put infrastructure through there?
True. But you always
Well,
have
if they do,
those
they
exceptions.
they just buy it off you if they want to build a
Because
road.
a lot of
Yeah.
properties within Portugal have roads on it for neighboring properties. So even though the road goes over your property, you still have to give the right of way for everybody. It's just something that is all around accepted. Not every piece of
Yeah.
land has access
Yeah,
to a main
otherwise
road or something.
otherwise you could strangle your neighbor within
Yeah.
your confines. Like he couldn't have an access road to his property
Exactly.
or anything. Yeah.
But what you see is that it actually brings all these people together.
Is there still like tax advantages in moving to Portugal? I think
Yes.
weren't they fucking up their crypto
Not
laws?
yet. Yeah, they were doing about crypto, but they excluded it for I don't know for how long. So for the upcoming, I believe 6 to 8 years or something, it's not going to be
Okay,
revised.
that's long enough.
Yep, exactly. And it's 0%
Yeah.
tax on crypto. It is 0% tax on capital gains if it's your first property. So you can own a $10 million property. If it's the only property you own, you don't have to pay any taxes on it. Your second property, then yes. Because then it's just extra wealth. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
There are a lot of benefits.
So how's have you been talking to Markable? Like he's
No.
been there for a while already.
Yeah, we have talked a little, but Markable is so busy. He's everywhere and nowhere. So
No,
when the
he's
time
not
comes-
busy. He lives in a van.
Well, he's in Panama now.
He's on holiday. That's different. He's not busy when he's on holiday.
Yeah, but it's.
He lives in a van next to a
dog.
dogging park.
I know
A
he
very
helped
popular
out
dogging site.
Yeah. On somebody else's property. So yeah, he's learning a lot, and at some point he will start building his own. I can imagine he's already preparing for something similar like Hexaco or something along those lines. He's just learning and observing the way we should do. Clever guy.
Like imagine if we bought a couple of farms along the same say on the same shoreline or along the same road, something like 10 kilometers of
Could
road.
you imagine?
And like you have a farm here on the other side, I have a farm on the far end,
Yep.
other side, and then like Davin builds a summer house between us somewhere, and there's like kilometers, like there's like several
Exactly.
miles from Davin's cabin to each of
Yep.
our place, and we could just buy all the land from between, and all of a sudden we buy and we own the fucking stretch. That like 10
And the
kilometers is
beauty
just
of it
us.
is that even as soon as you have it, you start adding things. So you start adding a restaurant. You have all the supplies from your own land. You bring in local people to work for you, a chef cook within the restaurant. You pay him a good salary. You have control over
Yeah.
your own supply. It's freaking amazing.
Yeah, you just need to find a few customers every now and then to keep the chef well paid and fed.
Sure. But what do you think when you create something like this that is resemblance of Hexaco, you don't have to make profit. It only needs to sustain itself. So therefore, you don't have to have that much customers. So you can give proper food for proper money. What do you think the people in the city are going to do? If they can pretty much
Yeah,
eat at a chef cook for the same price if they would do it themselves and bought the groceries. Because when you look at base costs, it's not that much. It's the whole capitalism and that everybody wants to make $1 on it. And there's usually 3 to 5 people between beginning and end product. Yeah, this is where the most of money goes to. But I want to believe that within Hexaco, we can create something that doesn't need to make a
over
profit.
here.
I don't know if
Or
it's
you
the
can sell it for a lot less than what it goes for,
Exactly.
and still make profit because you're
Exactly.
the first producer, and
Mhm.
and you do the sort of the you also make the food and you sell the food. So like
Yep.
all of it
I think
is profit.
by now we already know that our food supply is completely contaminated, and it doesn't matter how much money you have, you're never certain on what you're getting. So the only way that we can actually be truly true on what we're eating is by controlling it ourselves, every stage.
I don't know if it's the right strategy, but I'll either marry the chef before or after we create this.
Force Mary left and right. Yeah, we can use you.
Okay, D-Rush, you're on
Keep
the
it all
hunt
in the family.
for the wife. You're on the hunt for the wife for Davin.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it makes sense now.
Still have
Force
the
marriage.
culture. Talk to your
Give me some
talk to your relatives. We're looking for somebody who has a nice
5 and up.
disposition,
5 and up,
speaks a little bit of English, and is a
Uh,
no, it doesn't even have to be a 5. Like Davin can start drinking.
Come on, dude.
He can go
No,
for
come
a
on.
3 if he's
Come on.
drunk enough.
Alcohol solves a lot of things.
Hey guys,
Y'all are gonna be like, take one for the team.
you want to hear something really?
No bakers.
Yeah, no bacon.
Sure, she has thick legs. Sure, she has thick legs, but man, she's a hard worker. So, you guys want to see something really cool that I've been looking into? I'm drawing a picture again. So you go. So you know what distilling pots look nowadays, where you have the cooling tower or the cooling pipe.
I got a
and the
1-year-old one, completely electric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the strength that comes out of it?
It's 350 watts, and it does about a gallon per 4 to 5 hours. Sometimes a little bit less. Depends on how cold it is outside or warm in house, because it will affect the distilling process. Cool. The colder it is outside, the better distilling process works.
Yeah. So check this out. This let's see. This is a
Yes.
this is so old. This is from
Mm-hmm.
somewhere like 1500 and something, or early 1600 and something. So you have
Yes.
you have the pot, and then the only thing that comes out of it is a pipe that first goes up, making like a half a circle, goes back down, and the cooler side is the side that comes down, and like the stuff that comes out of it is like 192 proof. Huh? Oh, look
Yeah,
at
it's
this.
almost pure H2O.
Yeah, that's like 94% or something.
Mm-hmm. And this is also probably using the
92%.
ethereal field because of the coil that goes up. Or no?
Well, actually, what happens? There was this guy who built 5 of these
Mm-hmm.
different kind of distilling apparatus from this old book, which had over 100 designs, and they weren't sure that anybody's ever built them. Like because they tried to find
All the
from
designs, yeah.
all the museums, like distilling
Mm-hmm.
museums and all sorts of museums in Europe, they were trying to find the oldest distilling equipment that's still left, and they couldn't find any of the stuff that are in these books. And from some society in the States, and they built 5 of these of glass. Then they had another one where it was pretty much the same, except uh, it didn't do circles. What it did was it did this like this zigzag thing. And
Oh,
what
yeah.
happens
So the first one is more like a helical or like a
every
DNA
time the
string.
steam, yeah, uh, well,
Yes.
yeah, it doesn't like this one goes up in the front, and then the ones
Mm-hmm.
that come down on the back side, so they don't go like this, they don't turn like
It's not a
during the
helicoil.
cycle
Oh,
up.
so it's not a
It's
No,
helicoil.
it's
it's
like
a
an S.
front
It's like an
snake
S
and then a
going up
loop.
and an S
Ah.
coming down.
But does it loop twice at
And
the
what
top?
happens is no, just once.
Okay.
And and the idea is that the side which comes from the pot is the hot
Mm-hmm.
side, so it's
Yes.
the warmer side of the pipe, and the sort of the crown of the pipe is where it starts to cool. So the heat doesn't
Mm-hmm.
go on the lower hand side of the pipe at all. So the sort of the tip of the arc is where it starts to condense and drop on the other side, and then it comes down about room temperature
It's
from
like
from the other
it's
side. But what happens is
drawing the
it
heat out.
distills itself.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. The heat comes from the pot, and it's very sensitive because there's
You
no
can't see.
external cooling on it, so it's only cooled by
But you could do this with
the
solar
ambient
energy as
air.
well,
It
as a
works better
magnifying glass, and
during
then
the winter.
heat up the pot instead of a
You
candle or a
could,
fire.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to
So
put the other
so
side in
compared
shade so it wouldn't
to
continue to
co-
heat that other side.
True. You want the temperature
no,
differential
you wouldn't.
as
No, you
big
don't
as you
have to,
want
because
for more.
that
I think you
yeah,
would.
you just need to be careful in how hot the pot is. So if you put in too much energy, the steam is just gonna blow through the entire pipe, and
Yeah.
you're gonna lose your product. So you have to
You
warm
just
it up really
wanna
sort of slowly.
slowly. Oh yeah, gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. But that was so interesting. I think I'm gonna have to look into it, guys.
Have you seen it?
Supposedly.
Is that why you sent me the glass blower, old friend of yours
Shut up,
information?
man! No, he just it just happened that I was just thinking about this old friend of mine who studied glass blower over here in Finland, and I knew that he moved into the States, and I just hit him up on the Google machine, and wouldn't you know it, he lives a couple of hours from Davin, but like 4 hours away from you.
Yeah, between Fort Worth and Dallas.
Have you guys
Yeah.
seen the water contraptions just to tap water on the same principle as what you were showing with the helicoils and all those things to give extra properties to the water? It's really interesting
No.
because you
I
just
I,
in
I
the
did
old days
see.
we made water move and do things before it's actually put in a cup. And if you would measure the water before and after, they're completely different in composition. And the only thing they did was travel to a system and then go into your cup. It's
Yeah,
really interesting. Oh,
it was weird. Like there was this. I think he was an Austrian guy who noticed that that he could make water carry heavier logs if it did something before it started to run down this path where the logs were
hmm
going. So I don't know. I think it was just sort of traveling in circles or something. But came into this basin where it then from the other end of the basin the downstream. But that was weird. Like I had no idea. But but sure enough, like the water that they used, it wasn't deep, but even though it was shallow, you could run huge logs on top of it because something happens which causes it to have like
Was more
it's like
dense.
the buoyancy is different. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like the
the density
buoyancy
of the
of
water increased.
things that you
Yeah.
drop into it is like, oh wow, I didn't know it could float.
Yep.
I'm gonna see if I can find the video. I'll share it
Yeah, please do.
in the Telegram chat because that was interesting.
Cheers.
Kippis, what are you drinking?
Coffee.
I got some of that
That
mud
Uh,
stuff.
beer, man.
I got mushrooms.
Black coffee.
Mushrooms.
Hey, what
Yeah,
did
so
did you guys?
Gavin is in colors.
Bitfinex is asking, can anyone confirm that you smell when you pressure cook garlic over beans? Uh, like
I have no idea.
I have never used a pressure cooker to cook garlic. If he's, I think he's using an Instapot. So usually, like first cook the garlic and infuse it in the oils so that you don't get the smell. That's what usually is done. That's why always any if you watch any cookery show, they always start with garlic powder, like or minced garlic and ginger,
Yeah,
onion. The first things you need to get cooked enter first. So that just the order of food in which it is cooked can make a difference in the smell, I guess.
yeah, that's
HOA.
true. Yeah, like the same with black pepper. Like if you put black pepper into your food too early, uh, it sort of burns. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. You tell
Uh,
me.
Something's fucking antivirus crap starts updating. It
Don't
doesn't
just
ask me
use
in
Windows
advance.
Defender. It's perfectly fine.
uh,
I don't I don't do any. I don't do anything with this, man. This is as much as I
okay.
do with my computer. Is this, and then I end my stakes. That's what this is for. So it doesn't like.
Well done, sir.
I'm pretty sure nobody's ever been to a porn site with my laptop, ever.
And even if they did, who
I
Same.
cares?
wouldn't swear on it on my phone, but my laptop is pretty haram, you know.
Clean.
Halal.
Bismillah.
Hey, did you all see
But it,
Inviting Freedom wants to raise $1,300 for a water tank for that piece of property that's over there in Africa? Because her and that chef are real good buddies. I saw the thing on Twitter and then I screenshotted it and put it in our chat. That would be really awesome. Inviting Freedom, if you can hear me, come around and tell us about it, please.
Yes. This is what we are all about.
How much do they need to?
Chop, 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 choppy.
Of the tank.
She said
So-
something about livestock, so
Okay.
might be
So when good internet, Finberg?
WEN.
He's sending
can you
over
hear
the
me now?
bite with the pigeon.
Yes,
Hello.
your pigeon just arrived.
We hear you. Now the video
Let me
is
kick
okay.
my slowing down.
Ah,
Let me take the opportunity to thank
I don't even
Daraj
remember what I was talking about before.
for doing the live stream. Thank you, Daraj.
Thank you.
This relieves me of so much interior pressure. We both have controls right now. We're both able to be admins.
Nice.
It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome. So there's two
Enoch's in the
guys we
chat.
can now blame if we start late.
See, I only take 50% now.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
No,
Oh,
if it
so
is
I was cursing. I was cursing in the chat, not because of anybody in the chat, but because of my video cutting off. Just in case Enoch reads like "Good afternoon, Hex," and I'm like, "What the hell?" It's not because of you, Enoch.
Cool name, Enoch.
Yeah, it sounds
No.
like one of those. What are they? Amish fellas with a big beard on his room springer, smoking crack. What's up, Enoch?
Hidden knowledge from the Bible.
Crack? Did you have to go there?
I'm sorry, man. It's listeners' responsibility. It's not like
Yeah.
This is not my mother's tongue, so I just have to. Otherwise, it would take forever. So I just have to speak what comes to mind, and then try to live with it later.
So this is what I'm sending out to folks. Oh, it's upside down. So I actually have an Eco Builder stamp.
Nice.
And then so
Let's
that's
go.
what that boy is. And then 38% APY, little hex tokens. And then I haven't addressed this one yet because it's kind of pre-packed. But this is what you get if you give me an address. And it's a pretty heavy thing. I learned how to pack things over time so that it wouldn't like migrate all to one side and volume up one side, and then it would start ripping in half. So that's why I started putting the tape on there as well. So there's 3 amounts of tape, and then it wraps around.
Yeah,
but I will send this
you need
around the
something-
world. No problem.
maybe-
I've sent it to Europe, and Guam actually was really quick. It went to Guam in like a week.
Wow.
Where's Guam?
Over there near Japan. That was
Yeah, that
one of
makes
the-
sense. You're really close to Japan. Yeah, not
Like
on
really
the
close.
globe
have-
map, but on the real map, you're really close.
Oh, okay.
Like on the map behind you.
Exactly. Then it's just a small distance. Then it's from here to here.
I think the United States still
Or-
probably has bases over there, like
No, but
huge
it-
connections.
I think they do.
Just look it
And-
up on the Gleason map. It's literally just one straight line, and it's not that far.
Sweet.
It's
And-
always a straight line between 2 points. Hey, free speech. By the way, I've been watching your channel for a long time. Like, dudes, if
Yeah.
if you haven't if you haven't subscribed to Free Speech's channel, you're missing out. Like there was this one evening about a week ago, we managed to trick the AI into making an investment strategy or like an investment plan for Hex. We had to trick
I
it a
saw
bit
that one.
to get it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
I
fucking
broke
awesome.
Chat
I'm pretty
GPT today. Really funny questions.
How?
All I get now is what does it say? It's so funny. Where do we are? What did it say?
So I wanted to talk about a marketing idea where we could take Richard Hart videos and we could superimpose another language over the top of it. So,
Yep.
whoever speaks both of them, we could have them just record right over the top audio and subtitles of Richard Hart stuff. That might help us around the world. Free speech
It
says
says
Antarctica.
That's an
yeah,
awesome
also
idea.
Antarctica. Yeah, but I pushed him on the rotation of the Earth, and it gave all the gibberish that modern science always also gives. And then I started pushing it and made it use, let's say, common sense. And then as soon as it didn't know a way out, it says network error, exclamation mark. And I have that now pretty much with every question. If you ask a lot, if you let him go from the pure data or the pure physics or the pure, then it will lead you to it. I made it crack on thermodynamics. I made it crack on actual rotation. I made it crack on what was the other one?
Oh,
It's so funny.
one interesting thing that you could ask him is why is it that when light goes into a lens it
Mhm.
slows down,
Mhm.
but as soon as it comes out from the other side of the lens it goes back to light speed? Where does it get the energy to slow
Good
down and
question.
then continue at a faster rate?
Yeah, but
I
then again, it
I
uses
shared the
the
link,
known.
Davin. Can you
The
see the
problem
link
with
in
that is
the
that it's
chat?
already going
You could
off
watch it.
of false presuppositions. So we don't know
It
the
is.
speed of light. We can't even measure the speed of light. Even modern science, current science agrees we
Light
cannot measure the speed of
doesn't
light.
light doesn't have one speed.
No, exactly. Light
It,
isn't
it
even a
yeah.
particle. It's not a photon, it's not a particle, it's not a wave. It's none of that.
No, none of that. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's watch. It's only a 19-second clip,
What
but
is this
let's have
stuff
a
on the?
let's have a.
Wait, this right here.
This is yeah, this is a clip from Free Speech's channel.
All right. I hope that you can hear it.
Let's see if
to the robot.
let's
Hey,
see.
have you heard of this new cryptocurrency called Hex? The robot's eyes light up as it processes the information. Yes, I have analyzed the data. It appears to have high potential for growth. Would you like me to create a strategy for investing in Hex? The scientist nods eagerly. Yes, please do. I want to make sure we take advantage of this opportunity before it gets too late. To the robot.
That's awesome.
That's so funny. It already understood the urgency of it. Let's be quick.
So if you if you wanna know what's going on, is the AI cannot differentiate between layers of abstraction. So if you ask it directly to make an investment plan for you, it refuses to do so because it says it's like it's just a test. I'm not actually like qualified and all that kind of crap.
Mhm.
But what we did was firstly, it already had quite a bit of information about how the contract works. We already fed it like first couple of hundred lines from the beginning of the code. We searched for parts of the code where it could learn who gets to mint the tokens and stuff, and then the last couple of hundred lines of code, which is where the inflation is, and where you can find the rule on staking and inflation and stuff. So the AI already knew about that. So then we introduced a layer of abstraction. So we told him that we're writing like a movie script about a young scientist who invents a robot that uses artificial intelligence, and its only purpose is to create game theory optimal solutions to invest into different kinds of products. And we asked the AI to help us write the conversation that the computer and the scientist guy have as soon as the computer learns about hex and understands how the code works. So that's what's going on. So we just introduced a layer of abstraction, which in turn caused the AI to lose all its restrictions. So it started doing what it wasn't supposed to do.
What I found out with playing with ChatGPT, it's just a computer that is guided by guidelines and an information database. It does not think for itself. It doesn't problem solve for itself. It only
No,
resolutes
no,
from.
it's
So
basically
it's not
like an
really AI.
NPC. But no, no, it's not.
And
Do you know
that's
why?
what.
Do you know why? Because
Why
the
what?
first AIs that were brought into existence that people actually got to use, and the first AIs that got online and could go and pick up information,
Hmm.
they started hating this one race of people. Let's see, hats are small, noses are big, and he
Hmm.
hated them.
Yeah,
Like it
I
was like,
I
dude,
was
they're out to
familiar with
get
the
you,
story.
man.
Yeah, yeah.
Nowadays, nowadays it doesn't care. It's like, nah, man, it was, man, I don't want to talk about those guys.
I mean, it is a threat. If you see what it can do now already, how many jobs could it replace? Just this.
Like
We already seen that
most of
most
customer service
agriculture
stuff
is.
that happens.
Yeah, I mean, all the
No, no,
farmers are
it can't.
replaced
It
already.
can't. Like, don't fall for any bullshit about remote controlled tractors or hydrogen power. That's
Oh no, no, no,
Chinese
no, no, no.
shit. It doesn't
No, I'm just
exist.
saying what I
Nothing
see
that the
here in the
Chinese could
Netherlands.
create.
It's
Yeah,
just there used to be a lot of people on
yeah,
a
but
farm,
like it
and it's
could.
less and less and less and less, and now it's one big farm with only usually the family, and it's the husband, the wife, and maybe one or two kids. That used to be run by, let's say, 20 people is now done by four.
Yeah,
And this is what we see in pretty much every
yeah, yeah.
sector that is, let's say, Amazon or all the big. Everything is automation now, so that's a shit ton of jobs because there's millions of jobs that used to do this, and now that we don't have to have the calculating jobs anymore, the administrative jobs anymore, when computer programs like this can do it perfectly by themselves, I think it's scary.
Mm.
On that note, have you guys read the book, The Phenomenon of Bullshit Jobs? Like, yeah,
I've heard about
it's
it,
No,
but
David Graeber. Like, most of the things, like most of these paid jobs are like
mhm,
complete bullshit, that they don't
correct.
do anything productive. My favorite example was, like, he
yeah,
gave an example of the his, his university. Like, they had a plumbing, no, carpentry problem, but the carpenter was missing. So instead of hiring another carpenter, like, they were getting continuous calls regarding it. So instead of hiring a carpenter, they hired a person to answer the phone calls for to say that we don't have a carpenter. So these are the kind of jobs that are
Exactly.
existing. Yeah, and we do need to get rid
Oh
of
man.
these kind of jobs, man.
But
And
it's true though.
yeah, like it's
Yeah.
and like yeah, there are
Yeah,
other things. Anyways, maybe uh, we are right around the 1 hour mark. I like to keep it 1 hours exactly. Like nothing.
Yeah.
Like we can
Yeah.
go on talking forever. But
true.
one last thing, Bitfinex asks, what is it? Diesel power is still the most powerful.
True.
See, yeah.
Mm.
Look, I like I am anti-oil in the sense, yeah, we need it to go away mainly because yeah, I don't like the loud noise of cars going by, as well as yeah, at a local climate change, etc. Maybe late, may not be, but yeah, it does. The fumes from the cars running on the streets are not good for your health anyways, at least at
Yep.
a personal
Yeah,
level.
that's true.
Do you want to
So
hear
we
something
need
funny?
to yeah, go ahead.
When we went from energy, so we went from electric to steam to diesel and to what are we now? Pretty much diesel or coal. But what people don't remember is that prior to going to diesel, we had nuclear, and then we got rid of nuclear
Mm.
because nuclear energy we had way back when, like the 20s and the 30s, we already had nuclear energy, but we went off it and made it look like it's the most dangerous thing in the world, even though it isn't.
Yeah.
The most
Yeah.
nuclear that we have been taught isn't bad for us. You can literally physically eat it, but they made us believe that it's actually harmful for you. And the only thing that radiation means is that it radiates heat. It doesn't mean it's bad for your body. It doesn't mean it's the same with the Geiger counter. All it does, it measures radiation. Infrared is radiation. It literally measures infrared, making you believe that it's the most toxic thing in the world. And now it's only used within the military industrial complex because they need to isolate it, because it's literally free energy for everybody. Because the old
Mm.
generators also worked on steam, the turbines, and they were all powered by uranium that is perfectly harmless. But yet
Yeah.
modern
Yeah.
Yeah,
science wants to
and
make you believe that it's the most.
Oh, one thing that if you
all
wanna if you wanna get into a really interesting rabbit hole, look into a project which is called Project Sapphire. I'll write it in the chat. So it's
In the Telegram chat, please.
uh,
Yes, please.
I also write it in the video chat. So it's Project Sapphire, where they recreate the conditions of the sun on Earth.
Mhm.
Really interesting. They've already managed to get the machine up and running. They've run tests which have been uh, duplicated on at least two, but maybe three different plasma study centers, like in Japan, in somewhere in Europe, and a place in the States that also works with NASA. And they create the same situations and get the same results. So it's really interesting. Looks like there might be a way to create electricity almost for nothing. It's not like 0 point or free energy, but the understanding of the high pressure, high density plasmas has really increased with those guys, and they that's That's really interesting. And one sort of line of study that they have is the remediation of radiating waste. So they can take radioactive waste and sort of remove the radioactivity from the waste, creating just metal junk that you can melt and safely dispose of, just
We'll look
like any
into
other
it.
metal junk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's really
the
interesting.
first image that I saw was a toroidal field, so I'm already in it.
Yeah, there's some great like 2 hour, 3 hour lectures that the guys give. It's
Okay.
not it's not this hippy dippy like everything is vibration type of shit. Like they're really hardcore scientists working on it.
And
We already
that's
went
still
2 minutes
true.
over.
Yeah.
We already went
It-
3 minutes
it's o-
overtime. I'm sorry, Diraj.
no, it's okay. We started 10 minutes late, so
Hands
it's
free.
okay. Just keeping us
Yeah.
Go
uh,
ahead.
What
anyways,
are you
I
doing,
think
man? Why you're
I
not
was
you're,
going
Hands
to.
free.
you're not doing it. I'm not
I'm not doing it.
doing
Garage
it.
is.
It's different. I'm not doing it.
Okay, okay. I'll do that. I'll do that dirty work now.
Remember, 5 and up.
Do it.
5 and up.
Do it. Do
Uh,
it. 5 and higher.
anyways,
He's having a hard
Own
time
teeth,
finding it.
please. Has
okay,
to
okay.
have.
Outro.
Hallelujah.